All right, cool. So, hey guys, I wanted to touch on this one today because when I talk entrepreneurship and I start thinking about how would the kingdom entrepreneur embrace those who feel like, you know what, I want to make an impact in this world. I want to make a difference. I want to be a part of something bigger than myself. When I've done hiring throughout my career, no matter what position, there are people which I just love their heart. They will do the work, but the work itself isn't enough. I know this resonates with a lot of people because it's not the actual doing of the work, whether you're an accountant or a plumber or you make cupcakes, it doesn't matter. It's what does this business potentially represent? How can I get involved in something that matters? They want to make an impact and they want to make a difference. And the reason I love that heart, because I think that is a person after God's own heart. And the way that this connects to someone who wants to start a new business is that if you remember in other videos, a kingdom entrepreneur is putting God first, not just first, but he's the owner. He's going to own the business and you are a steward of the business that he had the idea for in the first place. He's given it to you and you need to steward that. And you're exchanging your priorities, your wants, your needs with his. And so what does God care about? And he cares about a lot of things and he cares about the details of our lives and stuff. But when you get down to it, when Jesus was talking in the Bible, he was quoting scriptures. If you quote a scripture, he was going through and just making sure we understood, look, love God and love people, period. To really simplify it, God loves people. God is still in the people business, right? And if you want to think about making an impact and making a difference in this world, to be a world changer, you don't have to start a nonprofit. You don't have to delay any longer starting your own business. You can combine the two. You can start a business that doesn't necessarily have to be a nonprofit or a ministry. It can be a for-profit business. And use this flow model that we've created to match up your entrepreneurial spirit, this great idea that God's given you, with the kingdom. Because when the king is involved, when he has ownership, when he is going to look forward to working with you, and pour into you his not just wisdom and knowledge and how-tos, but also his values, what he cares about. He wants you to carry out a purpose that's going to have an impact for him, which is almost always, if not always, tied to people. So for instance, in my business, we're called Flow. You know, we have Flow Business Systems, and we do technology consulting, and we do process and all sorts of things around there, including creating a flow business model and education. And what I've done is I've created in my plan a percentage of any revenue that we would receive that goes into a separate bucket. It's part of our financial plan, and we call that overflow. So God will flow in ideas, we'll execute on those, we'll make revenue, and a portion of that we're setting aside called overflow. And then we use that money to go back to God and say, how would you want us to use this money to make an impact? And I can include other businesses with that if I want to. The employees can get involved in that. And really what we use that for are to maybe provide scholarships for this kind of training, or to help a business get started because we believe in their mission and we believe in that person. So it's just a great way built into the model that as you are more successful and God is providing you more, you can take a percentage of that revenue that's coming in that he's providing and set that aside and then go do some real good in the world. And I promise you, if you seek him on this, he's going to put this on your heart, that people just have something within them that they just want to help people who are less fortunate. Our social environment right now, social injustice, how are these things funded? How can you really make a difference? A lot of times it does come from revenue, from money, and your business can do that. And it can be completely separate. So like if you are providing a service like painting houses, but you also really want to help the homeless, you can tie those two things together. And it's not like you're painting homes and helping homeless people get into homes. It doesn't even have to be that as much as maybe there's a shelter that's really doing some great work and they depend on donations and money. So you can go and do your day job and run a company and tie that thing to a purpose. And now you're making an impact. The more success that you're going to have in your business, the more that this thing grows, the more impact you can have. And you may have more than one thing that you're working with, companies, not just sending donations, but getting involved or starting your own thing. And this just, your business becomes a vehicle to really making an impact in this world, to really changing the lives of people. Now, with nonprofits and ministries, you can certainly directly do it. So if you're going to start a ministry that feeds the homeless or feeds children who have no other way to get food, you can set up a ministry and do that, or a nonprofit and get that done more directly. But I think this is really for those who want to not really do a nonprofit or really don't feel called to a ministry. They want to go make money. They want to be an entrepreneur that starts a business and they hire and they want to do that, create jobs and do this in a way that God would have them do it. Just know that in this model, there is a way that you can tie the success of your business into making a huge impact in this world for one or more areas. Just tie them together. Get creative. Ask God. He'll show you how to do it. So if you want to learn more about this flow business model, I'll pull this up here again. It's a free download. We're going to continue to add to this thing. So please take a look at that. It'll at least give you some high level vision for what we're talking about. So hope that helps. See you later.